We are back.
Finally.
Sorry we disappeared on you. Huh? I know you already have enough of that coming from your dad.
Oh.
So we're sorry we disappointed you in very much the same way, okay? We will come to your Little League game next week, we promise.
We promise to.
And if we can't make the next week, we'll come the week after for sure.
Yeah. We will work on rebuilding trust. Just give us a chance. Give us a chance.
Yeah.
When we leave for milk, we swear we'll come back.
Yeah. Sometimes in life things don't go your way. Sometimes, you get stomped under the boot of modernity and capitalism.
Damn.
And you need a couple weeks to recover. And what better way to recover than to binge many, many episodes of Traitors?
Traitors!
Welcome, players.
$1 billion. Alan Cummings and Scotland and 3 episodes.
Oh, sorry. So, for some of you who may have been following along with us last year when we were covering Big Brother, it's time for Traitors now.
Yeah.
And if you don't like that, I don't like you.
Too
Bye.
bad. You got to get with it or get stomped under the boot of modernity.
Exactly. And right now we are in a new season. We are in a brand new season with brand new personalities and brand new characters. And what we're going to do today in our episode is we're going to kind of take you through the first 3 episodes, which, by the way, why the fuck did y'all do that?
Yeah.
You're taking money out of my kids' mouths. Okay? All 9 of them. Okay? That's 3 less episodes that we get to make because of your fucking, I want to have a fully loaded premiere. Kill yourself.
Yeah, I both love and hate it. As a fan who wants to continue to consume more, I'm like, yes, give me. But that's just like the cheap, quick. It's not, it's like when you jerk off for dopamine.
Yeah.
It's not really that rewarding. You should wait, do a low stimulus dopamine cleanse, get back to it, reset.
Yeah.
1 episode at a time, Peacock.
Yeah, it also makes us savor it more. I just remember watching along with season 3 and because of how dramatic the twists and turns were in that season, every episode ended up becoming a cliffhanger,
Yeah.
And you deprived us of that because there were a lot of crazy things that happened in the first 3 episodes, which we will take you through in our discussion today. But to give you a little heads up on what we're going to be talking about, we're just going to be kind of previewing the season, what we've seen so far, and kind of giving you guys a power rankings of all of the players that we've been introduced to thus far.
Yes.
And I think that's all of them, to be honest. I don't think there's any more that we'll be introduced to. So, without further ado, welcome back to Sooki Sooki, the world's first Brother and Traitors sports podcast. And it's sports because I am already sweating. All right, I'm sweating profusely.
In a sweatsuit.
Yeah.
No more sweaty than that.
So a new season of Traitors is upon us. Alan Cumming is here to dazzle us with his various outfits. Mm-hmm. And we have a very interesting cast this time around, At first glance, I was like, oh, wow, a lot of these people don't really seem like they would take to this game. They haven't really demonstrated on their respective shows that they came from that they can handle pressure, that they're smart.
Yeah. My initial power rankings are interesting when we talk about them because I feel like a lot of the people that I was like, oh, you're going to suck, have completely surprised me. So I know that my power rankings aren't super accurate, which is great. I was also thinking how are they going to top last season? What new twists are they going to introduce? How will it be better? And honestly, so far I'm pleasantly surprised. Obviously there's a few things that I have issue with.
Do you mind if I cut in real quick?
Yeah.
I think we should do our power rankings first because we actually did those before we watched the episodes.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, so we're just going to go quickly through our power rankings before we actually get into the meat of what happened in the episodes. Just to see, just to show you guys how wrong we were, So we each came up with our individual lists ahead of time. And we can go through them relatively quick because, obviously we got 3 episodes, so a lot of it is irrelevant now.
Yeah.
But at dead last, I think we both... No, never mind. At dead last, I had Rob from Love Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And my reasoning is simple. He barely handled Love Island, which is not that high stakes of a show.
Yeah, I also put him pretty low on my list as well, just because he seemed like he had a lot of trouble. He seems like more of an introvert. He's very quiet, and I know that can get you in trouble in the game. So you put him last.
I put him last just because I feel like he was most likely to like kick himself out, you know? Like pull a Dion, what was his name? Deontay Wilder and self-evict.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't handle the pressure.
Yeah, there was literally one point in Love Island. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
but there was a point in Love Island where he just went, I'm not good at this.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not good at just like taking off your shirt and making out with people. That's not that high pressure. And he just seems like he needs a lot of like him time.
Yeah, and that's nothing against Rob. He was probably my favorite male cast member from that season. It's just that like Traitors demands
extra.
I don't even know what Traitors demands.
It just demands a lot.
It demands a lot, and it demands something different every day.
Yeah. For my last person, I put Michael Rappaport just because, and this is correct.
What? No.
Because
Michael Rappaport.
He's got a fat mouth, and I knew it was gonna get him into trouble.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say about that. Is he's last.
Michael Rappaport was not next for me. It's Stephen Colletti. I just don't know a lot about him. I saw him briefly in my youth as somebody on One Tree Hill, and I immediately wrote him off as a human being. So that's why he's at the bottom of my list.
For my next one, I put Carolyn Stanbury from Ladies of London and Housewives of Dubai, mostly just because I don't know anything about her. I haven't seen either of those franchises.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the logic for some of these people that we're not super familiar with, is that like we don't really want to just judge them by how they look. So we're just going to put them towards the bottom of the list, and we don't have any like formed opinions about them, you know? And so next up I have Donna Kelsey. And you know, even before I watched the 3 episodes, I think I started to disagree with myself.
Yeah.
Because at first, obviously, the initial perception of her is like, she's a mom, you know, she's lovely, she's sweet. But then I'm like, she did raise 2 Hall of Famer football players, you know? There has to be some amount of like discipline and control and like, you know, some kind of proficiency that she has.
I ranked her a little bit higher on my list, still towards the bottom. Something I didn't even think about before going into this was like a lot of these people, obviously, because there's housewives and there's game players, have pre-existing relationships just from knowing each other. And something I didn't think about is like she's famous and she's probably way more well-connected than a lot of these people. However, she's kind of a lone wolf.
Yeah, I mean, she's not like born in showbiz, I suppose, so she doesn't have that natural. I mean, this is kind of an opinion I formed after watching it, so I'm not going to talk about it. But so Donna Kelsey's next for me, and then Michael Rappaport follows right after.
Hold on, I didn't do my next one.
Oh, okay.
My next one is Rob. And
okay.
I just ranked him not last because I thought his looks would help him a little bit.
Hey, not a bad assumption, to be honest.
He's so sexy. Goddamn.
Michael Rappaport's next for me, and I was of 2 minds about him before I watched the episodes. I was like, okay, I think that he could easily be the first one to get out, kind of like in previous seasons when they're really opinionated and they just want to get rid of him because he's annoying, you know? But I could also see in a situation where he could kind of end up in a Sandoval role where he lasts a long time because no one takes him seriously and no one's going to take anything that he's saying to be suspicious.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. And also,
that's why I didn't put him like bottom, because I would have put him bottom if I thought his mouth was going to get him in trouble 100% of the time. But I thought, you know, he's a professional comic. He's charming in his own way. Self-proclaimed king of the dumb white guys.
Yeah, and he also has a lot of pre-existing relationships with the housewives because he's a huge Bravo fan. So he's not by himself. He has potentially allies despite, you know, what his mouth might be doing in the game.
Yeah.
My next one, I just put Stephen Colletti because I didn't know anything about him either. He's before my time, I feel like. I was too young for Laguna Beach and One Tree Hill.
Yeah, the next 3 for me. Okay, Natalie Anderson, I definitely fucked up because I just didn't realize she was from Survivor.
Yeah.
I thought she was just like some, you know, housewife because she's very pretty. But she's in Survivor, and had I known that when I was making this list, I probably would have put her higher because all the game players are a lot higher.
She's shredded.
She is very fit looking, and her arms are very muscular, and she seems like a very, just upon first glance, she seems like, smart.
Yeah.
And whatever. I just don't know a lot about her. That's why she's here. Monet Exchange, same deal. Don't know a lot about them.
Are you just running through your next 3 then?
Yeah, I'm just going to run through the ones that kind of have the same explanation. Okay.
No, go. Because my next 3 are probably like low explanations, so you could keep going.
And then, those are the only 2 that have the same explanation, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. My next 2, I put Colton Underwood just because I didn't know a whole lot about him other than that he was the bachelor that came out as gay.
Yeah.
But he used to be a football player.
And generally, like, athletic guys tend to stay a long time in this game because they want them to win competitions.
Yeah, they can be helpful.
Yeah.
And then
this isn't a game like Big Brother where physical threats are the first to get weeded out. It's usually the shrimpy guys that get weeded out
because
first.
you want people that are going to contribute to you guys winning as much money as possible. And then the next person I put was Portia, just because I haven't seen Housewives of Atlanta, so I don't know a lot about Portia.
Housewives of Atlanta.
But everything that I have seen of her
does not lend her to be a good trader player.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like she's just like I described her as dingy.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's a very smart lady in her own way, but I don't know enough about her, and I've just only seen like silly little clips, which doesn't help.
Yeah, I mean, similarly, I kind of stacked the housewives. The next 3 for me are all housewives because I only know of the mainline housewives. The original housewives, the off-brand housewives, not so familiar with.
You only know what I have watched.
Yeah.
You only know what you have seen over my shoulder.
Yeah. So the 3 housewives, Candace Dillard Bassett, Portia Williams, Carolyn Stanberry, I'm not, doubting them by any means. I just feel like housewives as a general bar, I feel like they're good around people. They can tend to be the center of attention, which is not helpful for the game of traders, and that's why they're towards the bottom middle for me.
My next 3 are not one of them is housewives. My next one was Dorinda, and I put her more in the middle, but still on the bottom because I feel like if you're ever coming into the game a second time, you're just going to have a target on your back because I feel like there's at least going to be some people who are like, well, they brought her back the second time. She must be a different position this time. She was a faithful last time. She must be a traitor now.
Yeah, I feel like Traders has a big problem right now. I'm sorry for cutting having a tangent, but I feel like there exists in Traders, like for certain players, you can kind of get into a spot where it's unwinnable,
Yeah.
And I feel like for the health of the game, there should almost be like a countermeasure for that, in the case where we call it the coffin theory, where they shut the 3 people up in the coffin, like those people are doomed because until the coffin theory is put to rest, they're always going to be suspected. They're always going to be brought up at the round table.
Yeah, there's always going to be sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be a handful of people who are like, oh, well, we haven't at least one of these people is a traitor, so we just have to get rid of them all.
Yeah, and
doomed.
And that feels kind of bad because in those situations, no matter how good a game player you are, aka Rob or the smart people we've seen in the past, you can't talk your way out of a made mind,
Yeah, and Traders is a really messy game that it's like once there's any level of suspicion on you, even if you make it to the end, you're going to get kicked out, even if one person is if there is any doubt in somebody's mind that you're not a faithful, you're gone. And
that's why it's become so difficult to win as a trader, not only because you're vastly outnumbered, but because there's 2 other people who know about your secret identity and can fuck you over.
Yeah, I think Suri crushes on any season that she's on because it's fucking Suri Fields. But there is a massive advantage to it being the first season of U.S. Traders, and nobody's played it before, you know? So there's a huge advantage. And then I'll just go through my next 2 pretty quickly.
Okay.
I did Moira because she's a pretty gal, and but I also feel like we've seen her get into trouble, get into drama because she kind of has a big mouth. But I think like her personality and her looks could probably help her get far. And then I just put Donna Kelsey. I put her more towards the middle because I feel like everyone's going to be like, oh, she's such a like sweet, nice mom.
Yeah.
Like we love her. And also I think enough people could be scared of the Swifties that they wouldn't want to touch her.
When you first said that, I was like, yeah, I'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Yeah. Yeah, so my rationale for the next clump of people are that these people are involved in some kind of performance-based competitive activity.
Oh, that is the same for me.
Yeah,
Very
where
good.
it's like we have John Weir and Tara Lipinski, they're Olympic figure skaters. Then we have Kristen Kish, who's like top chef, which is, being in a kitchen is almost like a sport, And then we have Mark Ballas, who's a dance instructor on Dancing with the Stars. All people who are used to being in front of people and performing at the highest level,
Yeah.
So that's why I put them higher, because I feel like they're used to pressure. They're used to being pitted against another person.
Mm-hmm.
And so this will be a different arena, but an arena nonetheless,
Yeah, I had pretty similar reasoning for my next four. I did Mark, Johnny, Tara, and then I did Eric Nam. Mark, I like all of these people too. I just don't know enough about to put them any higher than they were. But yeah, Mark, Dancing with the Stars, obviously a very competitive show. And then Johnny and Tara Lipinski, we've seen freaking murder in ice skating. So fun. And I'm excited to see them. And Tara, we talked about this. Tara looks so much like Gabby.
Yeah, she does. But yeah, I mean, I don't think she has any work done, does she? She looks like she looks like that's just her face.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's just her face.
Yeah, they kind of
and then
have doppelganger faces.
I put Eric Nam because something that I actually learned from you was that any K-pop star goes through an insane university to become who they are. So I just feel like he's definitely got some skills, and he seems pretty smart. I don't know a lot about him, but I feel like if you're a successful K-pop star,
that's racist.
What?
That's racist. That you said he seems smart.
He does.
That's a microaggression.
That's
a microaggression against us. Don't ever call us smart. I'm fucking stupid as fuck. Okay.
All right, you fucking idiot.
Because I'm not perpetuating stereotypes.
You're dingy. You're a small boat.
All right. Next up, I have Ron Funches, and I think I put him here because I've met Ron on one occasion because we used to do stand up, and he's a stand up comedian, and he always seemed like a very sweet person and very convivial and able to be down to earth around anybody,
Yeah.
So I thought that would lend itself well. Also, comedians tend to be good at talking, so I thought that would be helpful for him.
I had Ron for my next one too.
Nice.
Perfect. For same reasons, yeah. And he seems nice.
He seems nice. He seems like lovable. He has a very adorable voice and laugh.
Very non-threatening looking.
Yeah. How ironic that would turn out to be. Do you want to say your next? Oh, you said Ron, right?
Yeah, Ron was I had the same thing.
Next up, I have Lisa Rinna. Why? Why did I do this?
I
I
know,
put
I'm
her so
looking
high?
at some of my list and I'm like, why I do that?
I'm going to stand by it, though. I think Rinna's smarter than she's letting on. That's my reasoning.
For my next one, I put Rob Sesternino. I should have ranked him higher, but I don't know a lot about him. I didn't know. Did he win a season? No. He was described as a mastermind. And then
Not
he also...
sure if he won a season.
Yeah, he didn't win his season. But he was
But
described,
he's a student of the game.
Yeah, and he's from Rob Has a Podcast, so I know that he's somebody who watches a lot of reality TV, strategic reality TV specifically. So,
And like one guarantee that he has over almost everybody else is that he's going to care and he's going to try to play the game.
Yeah.
So next up, I have Dorinda Medley, and I think I put her a little higher than you because I thought that she had that first experience to learn from, and I think she completely entered the first experience blind, like not knowing what exactly she had to do because...
She was not well, bitch.
Yeah, she was yelling, shooting off at the mouth, making herself a target. I felt like her second time around... she was going to sand down the edges of her personality a little bit, sit back, maybe take a backseat role to some of the other housewives and kind of offer support and advice.
Mm-hmm.
And
So you did Dorinda. My next one I put Monet Exchange. I don't know a lot about Monet Exchange, but I think that she was on 3 seasons of Drag Race, and I just feel like that's a very hard competitive show. So high hopes for Monet Exchange.
Seems like you're Bob the Drag Queen pilled a little bit.
Bob the Drag Queen did bad.
Yeah, he did bad. But he could have done good, I feel
I'm going to be Employee of the Month, babe. And then he died.
He had great lines, though.
He did.
Next up, I have Eric Nam. He Chinese. I'm just kidding. He's not Chinese.
You just wanted to say that.
Well, I have the similar reasoning, whereas like these fucking Asian pop stars, they get put through these incredibly grueling training regimens that, like, I feel like playing Traitors is probably a walk in the park for them. You know?
You get sacrificed into a volcano if you're not talented enough.
Yeah, you get plastic surgery when you're 7. I don't want to say that. And you're next.
My next one, I put Candace Dillard. I don't know a lot about her, but she was Miss United States at one point. So I feel like that's like a very cutthroat place to be. And then, I don't know. I just feel like you have to know how to answer and really be good with your words for something like that. Plus, like, your reputation is so tied into it. Like, anything that you're doing publicly could affect your standing there.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to navigate and
I didn't
compartmentalize.
I didn't know she was Miss what?
I could be wrong, but she's definitely won some pageants I had read. I don't know if I think she won Miss United States. So I ranked her a little bit higher.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll see how that goes.
Next up, I have Colton Underwood. I feel like a football player who's been on The Bachelor is like the exact type of person you want on Traitors.
Plus, he's really good at compartmentalizing because he was on The Bachelor.
Yeah, and I just feel like he looks like he's physically able, and that's going to keep him around for a long time. Enough said.
Yeah. Next, I put Lisa Rinna.
Why? Why do we do this?
I was very concerned for her mouth just because, she went up against Kathy Hilton on Beverly Hills Housewives, and that didn't go well. You never fight the queen of Hollywood.
No one knows what you're talking about, bitch.
But she is also somebody who has survive. She is quoted as being like, I don't want to be a good actor, I just want to be famous and I'll do whatever it takes. From forever ago,
Queen.
One of our earliest clout chasers to now successful businesswoman, momager, actor, is willing to say yes to. She's such a smart businesswoman. Okay,
she's a hustler, dude.
Yes to anything. She's a hustler. She never stops, and she seems like she's always having fun. So I just knew that, like, if she could get her mouth in check, she's gonna be freaking scary, and people are just gonna love her and want to hang out with her because she's fucking Lisa Rinna.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun. Next up, I have Yam Yam, or Jam Jam. He's a winner survivor. That's all I really need to say. That's one of the more cutthroat, difficult shows.
Yeah,
and
I put Kristen Kish next from Top Chef, just because I feel like chefing is hard, high pressure. I've never seen The Bear, but
again,
it seems
these are
scary.
first impressions, people. We don't have to write you an essay on everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, Rob Sesternino, fellow podcaster. That's why he's number 3.
No. You're already on 3.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Ian, just because he's won Big Brother. We'll see how that goes. And then I did Natalie, because Natalie, did she win Survivor?
I don't know.
I don't know if she has won, but she made it far. She made it with a twin, which I feel like if you make it with a twin, that's impressive, because you obviously
she was a twin, or I forgot she was a twin.
You obviously have a big target on your back when you have pre-existing relationships. I don't know if they played together, now that I think about it, because I've never watched.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think anybody who's on Survivor is really cutthroat.
Yeah. I had Ian high. I mean, I wanted to believe in him, I guess, before I watched the episodes. I wanted to think that, maybe everything I ever thought about him was wrong.
Yeah.
Number 1, I have the Queen, the architect of the cookout, and one of the best players to never win Big Brother, Tiffany Mitchell.
Yeah, I put Jam Jam number 2 just because he had won Survivor already.
Fair.
Like you had said. And then I put Tiffany number 1 as well because, yeah, she's the creator of the cookout. Nobody else has gotten that far. Nobody's alliance that large has made it ever. It just, I don't even have words. She's incredible. Genius.
Yeah, she's a very strategic and tactically sound lady.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she only had 1 season in Big Brother, so, you know, it's hard to really say like how she would have done on her own. So that's also why I was curious to see her on Traitors, because it's an entirely different environment. She doesn't have like, not saying that the cookout only worked because of the political climate of the time, but it was a contributing factor, you know?
Yeah, well, now we can kind of start talking about the episode now that we've been through our lists, but
Dude, if you don't agree with our rankings,
we don't either.
I don't even agree anymore.
Yeah, I don't agree anymore. She's doing some stuff that we'll talk about, but she's making a lot of like really interesting moves. Like one thing that she did was like,
let's just go through this from the beginning.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It'd be odd to like jump in randomly into the middle, you know?
Yeah.
So, as with every season of Traitors, the season opens with the players arriving at the castle in vans, okay? And all of them are kind of meeting each other, fanning out, not knowing who the fuck they're talking to.
Yeah.
In certain cases. But there's a lot of chatter. Everyone's kind of wondering what the twist is going to be, us included.
And it starts off with 23 people, which we've not seen before. Normally they will... Like last season, they brought 3 people in.
Yeah, they ended up at 23 after bringing Wes,
Rob, and
Derek in. Yeah. So I guess they always kind of end up at like 23.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see if they will add any more at any point, or...
I don't think so, because they would appear on the cast list, right?
No, because we didn't know that Rob was going to be on it, or Derek,
Oh, true.
or... Wait, did we?
I don't know.
That Derek was going to be on it? And
I
West?
don't know. I don't remember anymore. Doesn't matter.
I don't remember. Who cares? Why are we here? What is life?
Yeah, so everyone's showing up. Michael Rappaport is ecstatic to be seeing his friends, the housewives. You know. Everyone is kind of like looking around, seeing who's smart, who's sneaky, who's sexy.
I love the beginning because for just a short amount of time, everybody has peace and everybody's just like fangirling over each other. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So excited to see. I'm such a huge fan. You're so amazing. I have a housewife in me. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And so Alan shows up and no one has fun anymore. Everyone's scared. He shows up. He's like, players, I'm going to kill you. So he shows up and he delivers the twist to us. And the twist is that there is going to be a secret traitor that is chosen in plain sight. And how they were going to do this is they had a wooden box for each player, and within one of the boxes there was going to be a special item that indicates that they're the secret traitor.
Yeah, the traitor card.
And this secret traitor's identity is not even privy to their fellow traitors. I almost said the pronoun that would give away who it is, but they're fellow traitors.
Yeah, they were going to remain a secret to the audience as well as to everybody else. So one by one, it was really interesting. Everybody had to go up and Alan would open the box and we wouldn't get to see what was in there. Mm-hmm. And so we're just kind of looking at everybody's reactions and everybody's kind of judging each other. And everybody's like, I don't know any of these people, so I don't know how to go off of if these reactions are accurate or not.
Yeah. Well, as with every season of Traitors, like, the interesting thing about Traitors is that like one person could react one way and be received 5 different ways.
Yeah. Anything could be very easily construed as overthought or underthought, obvious or not obvious. And I think the secret traitor twist is so great because it just shakes up the game a lot. It's every season I'm always wondering like what's the new twist that they're going to introduce that's going to shake up the game, because we're still in the very early seasons of the show. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool to see the game develop differently and just progress. I
almost think it's almost kind of necessary because the way Traitors works is that people reference prior seasons for their reasoning on why to banish somebody, on the reasoning for why to suspect somebody. Mm-hmm. So when you make it so every season is not static, you give an additional element of something that kind of throws everything off, you know?
Yeah, and something that we're always wondering since season 1 is will a traitor win, and how will they make it possible? Because it just seems like every season it gets harder and harder for the traitors to win. So the secret traitor twist,
it really came to a boiling point, I think, last season, because season 2, I was like, okay, there's an odd guy out. That guy was doing too much, remember?
Yeah. And I also felt like them when they introduced the rule of at a certain point, the players no longer have to reveal their true identity. That also felt like a way of like trying to help the traitors out.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, because at the end of the day, you're 3 people playing against 18. You know, you have 3 lives. They have, no, sorry, that was the wrong math. You're 3 people playing, or 3 or 4 people playing against 20 or 19 people. You know. Yeah.
Plus, we also saw a lot of like traitor on traitor, like
violence
last season. You know, and that I feel like is not good for the game, because if the traitors are killing each other, they're not going to get to the end, and we need to find a way to help the traitor get a little bit further.
Yeah. And we've said this before when we're watching prior seasons of Traitors. I think there's a fundamental misunderstanding by the players of what the Traitors game is about.
Yeah.
The Traitors game, to the players, if you're faithful, they think the Traitors game is to catch traitors. If you're a traitor, they think the Traitors game is to kill faithfuls. That is not the case. The game for everybody involved is to get to the end.
Shout out to Maddie, because that was something Maddie, my friend, made me think of, is like, who cares about, like, wait, I lost my train of thought.
Like, who cares about catching traitors or killing faithfuls? If you're in the final 4 people, that's all that matters. Okay?
Yeah, just survive.
And whatever you have to do to get there, like, I think a lot of traitors especially get caught up in like, ooh, we have to be like making a splash, you know?
Yeah, we have to make everybody think. Yeah, and we've seen so many traitors do too much.
Yeah.
Less is always more. It's really just about
That's not true, though. Less is not always more, because Dan didn't talk enough.
Yes, well, if you're not like an over-the-top person, then less is more. Don't do anything out of character that like people don't already know or have seen of you. And I also like, the game is really just about relationship building, because we saw Rob, who it was so fucking clear from like week 3 that he was the traitor, and just because of how good his relationship building was, how good he could talk, how charismatic he was, that is what got him as far as he did. He was never going to make it to the end, but he lasted way longer than I thought he would. Yeah,
I mean, as a traitor, you almost wanted to hurt for the faithfuls to get you, you know?
Yeah.
You wanted to be like a pain, like I don't fucking want to even bring his name up, like.
You want people to sob.
Yeah,
sob
exactly.
And feel betrayed and like they need therapy after because they had just been lied to by a close parent.
Yeah, so all that being said, the secret traitor is picked, and we had a couple of initial suspicions. You know, I thought that it would have been a good move to try to make Rappaport the secret traitor.
I honestly thought for a second it might have been him.
Yeah.
But I thought you initially disagreed with me on
that.
No.
I thought it was Ron.
Yeah. So my first 2 and least obvious, I had put Ron and Tiffany.
Yeah.
I thought Ron would make a good one. And I just, I want to see Tiffany as a traitor, so.
I was thinking Ron. I was thinking Candace, because she had gotten a lot of confessionals in the first episode. I was like, okay, they're setting her up to be like an important figure.
Yeah. And then we both obviously thought Donna Kelsey,
because that is like the most obvious one, because I mean, I understand that the Traitors production staff probably got Donna on to capitalize on the Taylor Swift
Travis Kelce
romance before it inevitably withers and dies. But I think she also serves a double purpose, because knowing that they had this twist in mind, who better to put in that position than a woman who's unassuming, a woman who's not really braggadocious or, just not the center of attention.
Yeah, and we've seen it in, I won't really talk about this much because this is not what we're talking about,
Traitors?
But Traitors UK, we've seen like the mom figure, everybody's like favorite, like, oh, I just feel so safe with you. And like we even saw it in Suri. Suri took on kind of a motherly figure to a lot of people in the first season, and like we saw Andy get traumatized when they realized that Suri was the traitor. So it just kind of, it kind of was always going to be Donna. It had to be Donna.
Yeah, it had to be Donna, but it was also like, in retrospect, that was too obvious,
She was, yeah.
Like, especially because the Traitors UK thing happened. Like, it was already in the collective consciousness, kind of like unassuming. Like, everybody, when they were kind of giving away.
Well, right off from the bat, when they find out it's the secret traitors, we immediately see like Colton go into a confessional and be like, I really don't want it to be her, but I think it's her because I don't want it to be her. Therefore, I think it's her. I feel like whoever you're least suspecting in these types of games, they're kind of damned if they are, damned if they're not. She was kind of doomed from the beginning, which we'll get into that more.
Yeah, I mean, we gave away the secret traitor, but it was pretty obvious from the get-go who it could be. And so they go into the house and they start to meet each other some more, and then Alan sits them down for the 3 non-secret traitors to be selected. And who are they?
Candace, Lisa Rinna, Rob I don't know how to say his last name.
And at first I was like, I don't think Rob is going to handle this well.
I thought he was going to get steamrolled by the housewives.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be like their little like workhorse, But boy, did Rob surprise me.
Yeah, I'm very shocked. And we already saw like Michael Rappaport call out Rob for being too quiet within like the first 5 minutes. And he was like, that's just who I am. And we just saw him kind of crack under pressure because he's so introverted and he probably needs time to like recharge, be by himself, process. So I was a little bit nervous for him, but he's being very strategic. Something that he had said was, I'm just going to be a sheep.
Yeah.
And I'm also just going to do really well at the competition so that it doesn't look bizarre that I'm never murdered.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even remember him saying that. That's really smart.
Yeah.
But I think what really works for Rob is that I don't think he has much of an ego. Like he's okay taking the back seat. He's okay driving the ship. He's kind of very versatile as a player. And so throughout the traders meet, and they're all very excited to be working with each other. Like Rinna and Candace probably know each other from before. And both probably watched Love Island and think Rob is very pretty.
Yeah, they're both already in love with him and have nicknames for him. Literally everybody in the castle is in love with him. So also his looks are going to help. Not that that's like
no, he's
really
not really
relevant.
Playing that up or anything.
No, he's not playing it up, but it doesn't hurt that he looks how he looks.
He definitely has pretty privilege. That's for sure.
Something we didn't talk about yet that I was interested in was how is this going to work with the secret traitor? How are they going to collaborate with the traitors if the traitors don't know who they are? And so we get a knock at the door and we're like, ooh, is it the secret traitor? And then it's not. It's Alan coming.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right. So the secret traitor is going to shortlist.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not how he sounds.
Okay. The secret traitor will shortlist players for murder, and you must pick from those players who to murder.
Now, players,
until you
don't
finally
play with your food.
So the secret traitor is going to have to pick a certain amount of people every week to shortlist for murder, and then from those people, the traitors will have to pick.
Seems like it's 4 every week.
And it's kind of interesting because nobody gets to know who each other is, so the secret traitor could accidentally shortlist one of their traitors.
Yeah.
And this also protects the secret traitor because we've seen so much traitor on traitor violence, nobody knows their identity. And then I feel like it helps the other traitors, like it also unites them.
Yeah.
Because there's it's 3 against 1. So I feel like it makes these 3 traitors work better together because
it strengthens the traitors because they have a shared not enemy, but like a doubt,
Yeah, there's like a common goal that they're working towards because they all want to know who it is.
Yeah.
And they're also,
That's such a good point, actually.
They're building a bond with all 3 of each other because they feel like, oh, we're all in this together. And we also feel like, okay, we have each other's backs before we have whoever the fuck this person is.
You're uniting the traitors by like making them scared of change because The fear there is that what if we invite a fourth traitor into our ranks when we have such a well-oiled machine who doesn't work well with us?
Yeah,
you know?
we saw Candace literally say, it was maybe episode 2, like, oh, this could be cool. Like, I hope we can get the secret traitor out.
Yeah. So I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. At this point, I was thinking to myself, like, the secret traitor really isn't that fair. Like, there's a lot of things in traitors that's not that fair, but the secret traitor especially because they have true anonymity, you know?
Yeah.
They have true anonymity, and they don't technically have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
They could play the game exactly how they wanted, whereas traitors, even if you try to pretend to be a faithful, there's certain things you can't do, you know? You can't throw your fellow traitors under the bus, for example.
Yeah. And nobody can throw you under the bus.
Yeah, yeah. So the secret traitor definitely in a vacuum has a huge advantage, but as we see how it plays out, we'll get to it. So we get to the first night. There is no murder. The traitors kind of, have their powwow, go through orientation.
Mm-hmm.
They know what's going on now.
Take a blood oath.
Yeah. And they all seem very stoked to work with each other. And then the second day begins. And what happens on the second day? They play the challenge first, right?
Yeah, it's a boat challenge. They're divided into 3 boats, and they have to go find these coffins. They have to find coffins that have $ signs on them, take them to a graveyard, and then drop them in the grave of like somebody else.
No. That's the day after.
That's the first competition we do.
Isn't that after Ian died?
No, that's the first competition. There has to be a competition with everybody first. Ian's on the boat.
Okay. Maybe I missed.
Yeah, I literally remember seeing Ian on the boat.
Okay.
So that's the very first competition because that's how he gets murdered. He has to be shortlisted.
Oh, okay.
So they have to drop coffins into other people's graves. Whoever has a coffin, they're up for murder. They could be shortlisted. Anybody who doesn't have a coffin in their grave, they're safe, essentially.
And so the players are basically incentivized to fuck over as many players as possible.
Yeah, it's funny because there's a moment where 2 boats arrive at the same time, and then they're like, "You guys want to team up and fuck over the other boat?" Yeah. And then one of the boats arrives with the boat that they're fucking over, and then they're like, "All right, let's fuck over the other boat now too."
Yeah. So the players are incentivized to fuck over their fellow players in order to get more money. They ended up getting $25,000, which is pretty good out of a total of $30,000. And a noteworthy thing that happens is that Michael Rappaport gets a coffin put into his grave, and he blows a fuse. And did he say that thing about the housewives?
I wrote it down, Candace v. Michael, housewives' grave. So he must have, because they were running out of time. I don't think that he said it to specifically target them, but he was just trying to get the grave in. He was just trying to get the coffin into the grave that was closest to them because they were almost out of time.
Yeah.
And then remember, they didn't throw it in there on time. And then Alan was like, "You didn't make it in." And then Michael was like, "Based on what?" And then Alan was like, "Based on the clock."
Yeah. So there's a little beef kind of brewing there. There's a little bit of tension brewing there. They all go back to the house and they go to sleep then, right?
Yeah, and Michael honestly kind of already has beef brewing with everyone. There's one point where he's like, "Rob, you're too quiet." There's another point where he's like, "There's 5 housewives, there's 5 game players. I know it's not me. It's definitely one of those 2s." And then
I think that's all in the same conversation.
Yeah, it's literally all in the same freaking day. But then when they're driving back from this competition, Candace and Portia
Candy ass.
and
Candy ass.
and Moira start talking and Candace is like, "Oh,
Candy
Michael
ass.
was like, put it in a housewife's grave." And then Portia's like, "Well, I'm going to confront him because that hurts me because he's our friend."
Yeah.
And then Michael's like, "No, I didn't say that." And then Portia's like, "Moira, what happened? You were in the car. Do you remember that?" And then Moira's like, "Don't look at me. I don't know anything. I don't even know who any of you are." Anyways.
I think we should spend a little longer talking about that because it actually ended up being important. Because when Michael Rappaport is confronted by Portia, he does the right thing. He brings it to the entire house.
Yeah, he's
he confronts the entire castle and he pulls Candace into his world, Candy ass into his world, okay? And I think on some level he yelled loud enough to scare Candy ass into a position of defense where she admitted that, "Oh, Portia, maybe you heard wrong." Maybe you heard wrong. I didn't say that. I said he said it yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
And that kind of, now everyone's looking at Portia.
Yeah, because then Moira was also like, I don't remember anything. And then Portia was just like, I feel bad for Portia because Portia clearly did hear that from Candace because I wrote it in my notes. So he must have said it. It's just like a giant bad game of telephone.
And what she should have done in that moment is to turn it on Candace, but she didn't,
Yeah, she was just like, maybe I misremembered.
Yeah, she had admitted culpability. And so when we head into the banishment, there's one other noteworthy thing that happened, okay? So Portia, Michael, Donna Kelsey, and Ron Funches were sitting down together, and she let it slip. She said, she said, I killed Ian.
Yeah, that's the next day.
Oh, is that the next day?
Yeah, because the 4 people who get shortlisted for murder are Eric, Ian, Mark, and Rob.
Yeah.
It's so funny, too, when all of the people who had to go stand by their graves at the end of the competition, and then everybody who was safe got to go home and eat, they had to put dirt on their graves. And Michael Rappaport, you could just tell, was so like personally affected because in his diary room, he was just like, I had to fucking put dirt on my grave, man.
Yeah.
He's taking everything so personal.
He's probably one of the most emotional people I've ever seen. He's just a fire. He's like a hot wire waiting to blow, a hot fuse waiting to blow.
He needs therapy.
Anyway, so those 4, Mark Ballas, Rob, Ian, and who's the last one? Eric were shortlisted for murder. Does that mean Eric was shortlisted twice in a row?
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Well,
is that right?
He doesn't get shortlisted on the second one. They just lose the competition, so he doesn't get out in time. That's how he ends up on the tree.
Okay.
He doesn't get protected.
But I just mean like he's been vulnerable a lot of weeks in a row.
Yeah, he keeps being vulnerable. Poor Eric.
But anyway, so Ian dies. And we didn't even talk about him much because what is there to talk about, man? He got off 2 oroforms and then he died.
Yeah, maybe this is like the curse of being a Big Brother fan is that we're always going to be disappointed by one of them. Like last season, for part of it, I was disappointed in Danielle. There's part of it, another season, I was disappointed in Dan Giesling. Another season, I was disappointed in Cody Calafiori.
Maybe Big Brother players just aren't meant for this game. At least those types who take charge,
Yeah, they definitely have a target on their back coming into it as like, you survived 100 days in a fucking asylum and you won. We're scared of you. Like Dan, they were like, we know this is not how you would play in Big Brother, so you're
Ian
suspicious.
kind of gets done in by the same logic. They were just like, this guy looks like he is like counting cards in his head all the time.
Yeah, they're like, he's dangerous. Get rid of him.
He looks like he knows too much about quarters. Like he definitely has like a minted coin collection in his house.
Bury the boy.
So they get rid of Ian. He's devastated. Whatever. Good riddance. And okay, then the Portia thing happens, where Portia's sitting with Michael Rappaport, Donna Kelsey, and
Is
Ron.
This before or after the castle competition? I forgot they also had the castle competition, where they have to like everybody sits on a throne, and then they have to like.
No, I
push
remember
each other.
that. I remember that, but I think that competition happens after the banishment because they did a banishment first on the second episode. Remember? They were like, today the banishment happens before the challenge.
Portia she didn't play in that competition?
She played in the first competition with the boats, and that's it, I think. Because she gets banned.
Yeah, I think you're right that they do a banishment, and they're all talking beforehand.
That's the one where Portia gets banished.
Yeah, and people at that point were already like suspecting Donna. They were all like, we think it's her because we just think it's the mom.
Well, Colton had brought it up, and I think it's just like a kind of a general consensus that she was going to get brought up that night, at least just to see how she would react, Yeah.
Yeah, plus she's like,
Or
the
that day,
lone
not night.
wolf. Nobody really has a pre-existing relationship with her other than like all of the men are just like, we love her because she pushed out two
Hall of Famers.
Hall of Famers. She's amazing.
But she had kind of been forming an alliance with Ron and Michael Rappaport. And,
do you want to touch on that moment?
Yeah, so I already talked about it, but Portia was sitting with them, and she was just kind of shooting the shit, trying to like figure out who everyone is and who's lying and who's not and who's the traitor. But she kind of has a Freudian slip. I guess it's not a Freudian slip. She just slips up and she says, "I killed Ian," basically.
Yeah.
And everyone clocks it, and then they bring this to the round table.
There's another moment too where she's like, "So there's 4 traitors, right?"
Oh yeah. She was
everybody's
really
like,
sure about that. And both moments happen to be with Ron. And Ron clocks both moments. And is there anything pre-round table we want to talk about besides those things? I feel like that's it.
And that Ron also happens to be with Michael Rappaport, who everybody at this point is already sick of.
Yeah, and
Donna Kelsey, who everybody's like, we think it's her. We're just going to throw it out there first because we think it's so.
So Colton brings up Donna's name, and she does okay deflecting. And she was like, I don't remember her reasoning, but essentially she kind of deflects, and then, Ron is like, I have 3 pieces of. Oh, sorry, what?
I remembered her reason.
What was her reason?
She was just like, I don't feel like barging into a conversation if I don't have pre-existing relationships with all of you guys. I'm just taking my time and being intentional.
Yeah. And so Ron isn't really convinced by what Colton brought up, so he brings up his own 3 pieces of evidence in support of Portia being the secret traitor, or at least being a traitor. And 1 is what we talked about. She slips up, says she killed Ian. 2 is that she says that there's 4 traitors very assuredly. What was the third one? I can't remember his
The third one was just like that drama in the kitchen. It ends up, looking like it's her fault.
Yeah.
Instead of anybody else's. And then Candace says something.
In defense of Portia, right?
Yeah, Candace is like, oh, I really think she just misspoke. Like, I know who she is. I know her. I think she just misspoke. And I don't know how Michael Rappaport starts blowing off, but he just does at some point. He starts. I don't know how it starts. I don't know what.
He's like, nobody's talking to me. New York.
Nobody's paying attention to me.
Yeah, he literally. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, and then I think Eric Nam is like, I don't know if you realize this, but every time you talk, you throw us off. And you're either a traitor or a bad faithful.
But at this point, I was like, you were like, they might vote him off. And I was like, there's no fucking way. I don't even think after that they're going to believe him because they're just not going to take him seriously, Yeah,
and something that was interesting is we've seen in past past seasons that people who come from like the same worlds tend to team up, especially like the housewives try to have each other's backs because they're like, we're not fucking game players. All we have is each other.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks we're smart. So I was interested to see like, okay, damn, all of this evidence against Portia is like really good. Are any of the housewives going to turn on each other? Most of them didn't, except for Lisa Rinna did vote for Portia.
Yeah, and I think Lisa Rinna has just been trying to be a sheep. She's trying to go with the consensus and not draw too many eyes to her. So I don't blame her for that, because it did look like the Portia ship was sinking.
Yeah.
And so the vote comes around, and there's a lot of votes tossed Donna's way. There's a few votes tossed Michael's way, but ultimately they get Portia.
Yeah.
And as much as I love looking at her, she walks her ass to the circle of truth, and she is like, I'm a faithful.
Yeah, and then everybody's like, we knew it. And they're like, fucking Ron, Donna, Michael, you're all suspicious now.
Yeah, Ron kind of got unlucky. He tied himself to a sinking ship, and he made a really compelling argument based on things that all happened.
Yeah, all of his points were so valid.
Yeah.
He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time where everybody that heard him are also people that everybody else is already suspicious of.
Yeah. So it's like everyone who could corroborate your story is suspicious. You're suspicious.
Yeah.
And at this point, Ron has kind of become, or he starts getting a little isolated, and Adouria starts crying and real sad. We have to watch his stand up to feel better.
Yeah. He's a volcano that could explode at any moment.
And so this is the only banishment in Traitors history that's happened before the challenge. And so the challenge happens right after, and it is the chess piece challenge, right? The throne challenge.
Yeah, the throne challenge. throne challenge is interesting because they don't know how much time they have. They have 45 minutes, but they're not being told. They don't get to calculate that. So it's basically they just have to guess. And it's a physical competition where the team...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You explain it.
Yeah, so the interesting thing about it being on an unknown time is that the objective of the game is to be the one on the throne at the end of the time.
Yeah, that's
However,
how you get the shield.
you don't know when it's going to end.
Yeah.
And 3 people can get the shield.
And it's a physical competition where you sit on a giant throne and everybody else has to physically push you.
And the way you
back
earn
to the
money
castle.
is you get these coins, and is it that you have to swap it out with the person on the throne for the money to register?
Yeah, and then there's also one specific shield coin. So whoever finds a shield coin and then puts it up when the time is up, they get to sit on the throne and they get the shield.
Yeah. And I don't remember quite how much money they got, but who ended up getting the shield, Adouria?
The 3 people who got the shield were Jam Jam, Carolyn, and I might be wrong about it being Carolyn, actually, but I know it was Jam Jam and Colton for sure.
Yeah.
And something interesting that happened was Jam Jam and Michael Rappaport got into a fight. Moira's on the throne and Jam Jam's about to throw it in there. And then Michael Rappaport was like, no, me, I'm also here. What about me? I'm Michael Rappaport. Hey. And then Jam Jam's like, literally, fuck you. I'm right here.
Jam Jam is so clearly just like a cutthroat survivor game bot, dude. He was like, I don't give a fuck about pissing anybody off. I need to maintain my own safety and respect.
Yeah, Michael Rappaport is just like, I thought
this was gonna come down to a vote.
I thought this was gonna be like some sort of discussion where we talk about it a little bit more. And it's a discussion where everybody agrees it should be me.
This is why this country's going to hell in a handbasket.
He's like, it should be me because I feel super vulnerable right now. And so they get back to the castle, and after this kerfuffle has happened, and then Alan is talking, and then Michael throws another fit, and Jam Jam. Michael accuses him of being a traitor for this, and then Jam Jam gets into his confessional, and he's like, actually, I think you're a traitor. And something that has been a little bit annoying is the growing habit of people just being like, well, you did something that pissed me off, so I'm going to accuse you.
Yeah. I mean, it honestly happens not that often, but
I can see it becoming a problem.
I think I've only really noticed it this season with Rappaport and Jam Jam.
Yeah, maybe it's just because
other people even earlier in this season when everybody doesn't like Michael, they still didn't vote him. You know?
Yeah, because I don't think really anybody in their heart believes it.
Yeah.
The same way that nobody really believes that Tom Sandoval was a traitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just can't cast people who are going to take everything personally because it's so clear that everything that is happening in this game, he is going to take personal.
Yeah, he might have some traumas after this.
He already has. Go to therapy, man.
So what happens next? Is there another round table right after that? I think there's another round table right after. Isn't there?
Or do we have another murder? Is there a murder here? Does anybody else get murdered?
Yes. Rob Cesternino. Murder in plain sight.
Murder in plain sight.
Yes.
That's before?
No, that
before
was, yeah. Because I remember it was in the second episode because we were like, it's super early for them to be doing this. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So every season, almost, there is a murder in plain sight. This season, it happens to be happening a little earlier, and the players have to sneak into the parlor, find a deck of cards underneath a framed picture. Do you remember that? There's a picture that was hanging on the wall, and Rob was like, I already immediately knew which one it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they're trying to figure out, how do we make this
get everyone
happen?
out of the parlor,
Because everybody's just hanging out in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And, at this point, I can't remember anything that Candace has done specifically, but there's always one traitor that's always doing a little bit too much too soon, and it's obvious that it's her. If she can keep this...
Can I say one thing about Candy Ass? I just feel like she has gotten by with so much bullshit that it's like, how is she getting away with this?
I know, the whole, car thing...
Yeah,
that
nobody
whole game of
even got in the confessional was like, yeah, kind of suspicious that Candy Ass said that, huh?
Yeah, nobody's calling out Candace.
Yeah.
Well, I think also the housewives are typically underestimated, which works in their advantage. So, and I think if she can be, you know, this messy consistently throughout the whole game, she'll be fine, because then everybody will be like, okay, that's just
Candy ass.
So what does she do? She starts a conga line to distract everybody. And Lisa Rinna's just like, yeah, okay.
And when we were watching it the first time, I had forgotten that she was trying to distract people, so it just seemed like she wanted to do the conga line randomly. So I was like, what is happening? What is happening here?
I was just like, this is so obvious.
Like, dude, yeah, as soon as they learn that there's a murder in plain sight, they're immediately going to be like, oh, who started the conga line?
Yeah, and literally 5 minutes later, Rob Sesternino is like, I think there's a murder in plain sight happening.
Yeah.
Immediately onto them. And then Rob is like, something that could come back to bite Rob is if people find out that he didn't join the conga line. But I think I don't think people can remember that. I don't think people will remember that, but he didn't join. He was like, I'm not fucking joining. And then he was like, okay. And the people who were shortlisted were Rob Sesternino, Tara, Kristen, and Monet Exchange.
Yeah. And I think Rob C kind of sealed his own fate, because he actually went up to Candy Ass.
Well, they don't know about that.
Oh yeah, Candy Ass didn't have she didn't even get to play a part in the decision part, because she was the distraction, whereas Rinna and Rob met up over a game of chess, which was also really shiesty, because Tara, one of the nominees,
was watching
them.
Yeah.
But they somehow played it off, and they chose Rob Sesternino.
Yeah, and they indirectly kind of saved themselves, because nobody's going to think it... Candace, I think, has an alibi. You know?
You think so?
I think she does.
Because of the conga line?
Yeah, I think she has an alibi.
It's interesting, because it could
and also nobody knows that information of what Rob... No. Okay, she doesn't have an alibi. This was the point that I remembered.
Okay.
Is that nobody knows that Rob said that to her.
Rob Sesternino?
Yeah, nobody knows that Rob said to Candace...
He also said that to Tiffany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did say it to Tiffany, but he said also to Candace, I think there's a murder in plain sight. Who started the conga line? And then she said, me. So nobody knows that he had said that to Candace. So I don't think anybody will suspect that Candace had anything to do with his murder specifically.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that it's too soon to tell.
Yeah.
You know, because I think Candy Ass is definitely the most easily guilty in the situation.
You're pronouncing it how it's spelled?
Candy Ass?
Yeah.
What do you mean? That's just how you say her name.
Candace. Yeah, so Rob C dies, which is like brilliant, because he's literally sniffed everything out, I feel like. He would have been the bloodhound this season. He was too dangerous to have around.
Like I said, he's a student in the game. You know, I'm sure through his podcast, he's consumed endless hours of competition game shows. So
yeah, and these people, you want to get them out earlier, because the least amount of people they've put suspicion on, which is usually accurate, the better.
Yeah. So, okay, so Rob dies.
Then there's the cage competition.
There's something that happened.
Cage competition, and then Donna go bye-bye? Or does Donna leave before the cage competition? I think we might have gotten the order of things wrong slightly.
What do you mean?
Because Donna wasn't in the cage competition.
Yeah?
No, wait. Yes, she is. Yeah. She is. Because
Ron was the one who got nominated for the cage.
Okay, so here's the other thing that happens, is that if they can commit this murder successfully and not get noticed, then they get to meet the secret traitor.
Yeah, so the banishment happens right after this murder in plain sight. Then.
Okay.
Yeah, she wasn't involved in the
No,
cage.
she wasn't in that comp.
So yeah, so right after the murder in plain sight happens, is it the night of the murder in plain sight?
Yes. No. Because they have to find out that he's dead. I think we got the order of something wrong, but I'm not sure what.
Maybe we're missing a competition because I feel like there's another competition.
There's only 3. We had the coffin, the castle, and then
let's
we
go
have
through the
cage.
episodes. They enter. Secret Trader is picked. Real traders are picked. They meet up. They play the competition.
Ian dies.
I think they banish before Ian dies, because it's competition, then banishment, then murder, usually.
But nobody would have been murdered at that point, so how would they know?
Oh, that's true. You're right.
Who a traitor is?
Well, it doesn't really matter the
because
order.
Portia's the first one to go because she says that thing.
Yeah, but Ian's already dead by then.
Yeah.
So Ian dies before Portia goes. So it goes Ian gets killed, then the challenge, then the banishment.
Because he's in the first challenge, because that's how he gets shortlisted. So maybe it's challenge, murder, challenge, banishment.
So you're saying he was in the throne competition?
No, I don't think he was in the throne competition. I think it was challenge, murder.
Challenge.
No,
banishment?
wait. Maybe it was challenge, murder.
Challenge, banishment. That's right. I think that's right.
Okay. This is why you don't release 3 fucking episodes, Peacock.
Yeah, seriously.
It's too many things to remember.
Okay, maybe Donna was the one who got banished in the early banishment.
She was the second banishment.
Yeah. So she was
Portia
the one,
and then her. But
she was the one in the early banishment, the banishment that went before the competition. So it was Donna banished, then the cage competition, and then that's where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't fucking know what we just said, fuck you. I definitely want to go back and rewatch now. But yeah, so there's an earlier banishment.
It's also that
happens.
they switched up the order of things in one episode.
Yeah, because they did that extra early banishment.
There's also the addition of the secret trader that's also throwing off the schedule of things. So it's just like kind of confusing. But ultimately, we end up at the banishment. And who are the prime suspects for this banishment? Mike?
Yeah, everybody's suspicious of Michael.
Yeah, Ron.
But there's something interesting that happens is that there's a consensus that happens earlier before all of that.
Yeah.
That doesn't include Michael because nobody wants to involve him in anything.
No
Ron,
one wants to waste a vote on him.
Yeah, Ron or Donna, where everybody is like, all right, we need to be consistent. We need to get rid of a traitor.
Mm-hmm.
Let's all agree we're going to vote out Donna because we all suspect her.
Yeah.
And essentially, that is what
look,
happened.
shit goes down. Does it matter? No. So Michael Rappaport incriminates himself hella, okay? He literally said, we killed Ian.
Yeah, he
at
said,
the round table in front of everybody.
Yeah, and then everybody's like,
yeah, you just said you killed Ian, and then nobody voted for him anyway.
yeah, and there's literally a moment where he goes, I'm going to say this now on record. If you vote me out, you're voting out the dopest, funniest, sexiest, faithful that ever were.
You know what? He says the I killed Ian part in the last banishment. He said in the first banishment. In the second banishment is when he said, I'm the dopest, the sexiest, dopest, smartest,
Yeah, that's the second one.
faithful.
That's the one where Donna goes.
Yeah. And so, like, people are suspicious of him, but no one takes him seriously. Right now, it's down to Ron and Donna, but it's Donna.
Yeah, and we didn't mention this, but I counted like 4 times in the 3 episodes where somebody had said, I think it's Donna, but I'm scared of the Swifties.
Yeah. And they got it right. I mean, it was kind of a foregone conclusion at this point. I was not surprised, at least.
I know. I felt really sad because she was like, this was like, you know, who gets to do this and reinvent themselves like this at my age? So I just felt sad. And I think she was, even if she wasn't the secret traitor,
she probably would have gone out early anyway.
She was always going to be doomed, I think, just because everybody was like, we love you. And also we think it's you because it's so obvious.
Yeah, even if they love her and respect her, she probably has less in common with everybody than everybody else, you know? So she's talking to people less. She's making it hurt less to send her home. Yeah,
it did make her seem... It didn't help her that every time somebody was like, who do you think it is? She'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say if I don't have an answer. Which is like fair. You don't want to like incriminate yourself or accuse anybody because that doesn't sometimes go well in the round table.
I think I was surprised by how intelligent and steadfast she was, and I think that almost worked against her. You know, I think if she were a little more blustery and like kind of like a really soft mom, like really bubbly, nobody would have fucking suspected her. I think.
Yeah, maybe not.
If she was like ditzy, like Rinna, a little bit more. You know?
I would like to see her back. I would love to see her on like another reality competition show. I want to watch her more. She's
Dude,
cool.
Travis, next year retire, go do the Amazing Race with your mom.
Yeah. Then maybe we'll watch the Amazing Race, but probably not.
Nah. Alrighty, and the final thing that we have to cover is that there is one more murder that happens, and the murder happens. Who are the people that were shortlisted again?
Wait.
Wait.
No, there's the banishment and then the competition.
Oh yeah, the
cage
competition. The competition. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
The short list comes from the competition.
Oh, but
Yeah.
we don't get to see who gets murdered yet.
No, we don't get to see who gets murdered. But
Oh fuck! I didn't write down who got shortlisted. Did you?
I kind of remember they have so they have a final competition where the players pair up, and one of the two partners has to be in a cage, and the other person has to try to free them from the cage.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever doesn't get freed from the cage is shortlisted for murder.
Mm-hmm.
And the people shortlisted are Kristen, Ron.
Oh
Carolyn.
yeah, because it's odd people out, so Ron just kind of gets fucked because nobody wants to partner
Ron
with
is
him.
automatically shortlisted because no one picked him as a partner, which is kind of sad. Carolyn and I think the fourth one is Eric Nam.
Kristen and Eric.
Yeah. And so the traitors in the turret were kind of discussing the rationale behind each of these murders. Honestly, all good options. All good options in respective ways.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, the worst one would be Ron because he has so much suspicion on him. You don't really want to waste that. You know, you want to waste their time by keeping him in the house.
Exactly. Something that happens in the competition is we see Tiffany be like, I think Michael is a traitor, therefore I am going to align myself close with him so that I don't get murdered, which I think is actually really smart, but also could hurt her because she's associating herself so much with Michael.
Yeah, I think one person had mentioned that, like, why would you align yourself with someone who's so obviously either a bad faithful or a traitor, you know?
Yeah, so Michael and Tiffany team up, and then Michael's like, I'll do whatever you're most comfortable with, and Tiffany's like, okay, get in the cage.
Yeah.
And then Colton probably doesn't hear this, but just sees that she takes charge. It looks like she's taking charge to Colton, and so Colton's like, I think she's a traitor because she's definitely too controlling.
Yeah. He's wrong.
He's wrong. But now there's a little bit of suspicion on Tiffany.
Yeah. Which I think will be significant.
Yeah.
I think it will be significant because Colton doesn't seem the type to drop the issue, you know?
I think he's trying to be this season's bloodhound.
Yeah. He's not doing good. Except with Donna.
Yeah, he got one.
Yeah. And so we get to the four shortlisted people again are Kristen, Eric, Ron, and Carolyn, and they are tied to a tree, and the traitors have to do a murder in person.
Yeah, and it's interesting because they all have to walk up to all of them, which we didn't see last season. They only had to walk up to the person that they were murdering face to face. So, and I mean, they're blindfolded, so they can't see anything, but they could hear. So, be quiet.
Yep. And that's where we're left. And, you know, we could do a little bit of speculating on who the best kill would be. In my opinion, it would be Eric.
Yeah, because Eric...
Oh, no. Sorry. I did this 3 times already. In my opinion, it would be Carolyn.
Yeah.
Because Rinna and Candiaz had brought up the point that it would kind of throw people off their scent to kill a housewife, which I agree with.
Yeah, I think that would really work well in their favor because they're not going to want to think that... I also think that the housewives are being underestimated always, so they're going to be like, they're not going to be that smart to kill their own. So, yeah. That's the episode. We don't know who dies, but yeah, I'm thinking it'll probably be Carolyn.
Alrighty. And that's everything we've seen so far for season 4 of Traitors.
Yes.
And we're very excited to be back. We're very excited to be talking about nonsense game shows and having a lot of fun. And what better way to add to the fun than to play some fucking bitch games?
Yes.
All
I love
right.
game time.
Take out your pants and your panties. Shit on the floor. Let's play some games today.
It's time to get game in here.
I'm Mr. Game. All right. Let's do a draft. First up, we're going to be doing a draft. We're going to draft. How many more times can I say it?
We're drafting the worst of them.
All right. So first up, we're going to be drafting the biggest trader busts. Do you want to go first?
You go first.
I'll go first. Okay. All right. I mean, there's only one real first pick that makes sense for me. Get in here, Dan. You fucking disappointment. You sad ass motherfucker. All right. Traitors broke you so hard you're playing Arc Raiders now. You fucking loser.
Okay, so you picked
Dan.
All right, for my first pick, what greater, bigger disappointment than Ian? I'm drafting
he got 2 sentences out.
You got 2 cringy sentences out, and
what is a juicy nut? Can you tell me what a juicy nut is?
Probably
I
an
do know what a
almond.
juicy nut is, but I don't think that's what you meant.
An almond? It's an almond.
Me after a long absence away from my girlfriend. Mwah. All right, who's next for you?
Next, I hate to do it to myself, but I'm going to draft T. Sandy.
I think he overachieved, if anything.
All right, just kidding. I don't want him anymore. All right, for my next pick, I'm going to draft Danielle from last season because honestly, surprisingly made it a lot further than I thought she would, but, was the trader that did a little too much too soon.
All right. Next up, I'm picking Tony Vlachos, the GOAT of Survivor, okay? Not my GOAT. Not my GOAT. You're a sellout, bro.
You sell it, bro.
You're a fucking pansy, all right? And next up, Cody. Get in here, Cody. Get in here. Everyone's fucking Italian.
It's all terrible.
All Italian dudes.
All terrible Big Brother winners.
What do you mean? Dan's the greatest Big Brother winner.
No, I just mean it's so funny that all of the Big Brother winners, there's a pattern. All of the Big Brother winners do so terrible on this show. I know they're coming into it with a massive target on their back.
They also tend to be pretty egotistical people. And I think that harms them in the game of traders, Mm-hmm. The reason why Suri was able to be Suri and win is because she didn't really make herself feel like a Survivor legend,
She had no ego.
Yeah.
No ego.
And that's why I think Rob shows a lot of promise because he's also a guy who doesn't display a lot of ego.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
Fuck. Hold on. Can I look at them again?
Mm-hmm.
I have to see their faces. Some of their faces. Okay, nobody come for me. And this isn't really her fault. But I'm going to draft Donna. Because I feel like this twist had so much potential.
Swifties are going to assassinate you, dude.
This twist had so much potential. And I really think that she could have had such an interesting game. It's more like I just feel sad for what we didn't get to see. I'm disappointed by what could have been,
Swifties are going to get you.
I don't fucking care. Come for me.
Death by ponytail.
Oh, I have to pick a second one?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think this is your 4th pick?
Yeah, this is my 4th pick.
Yeah.
All right. For my 4th pick, this is also another stab to the heart what could have been. I'm drafting Rob Sesternino.
Aw. It's not really his fault, though. I wouldn't call him a bust. Although, I don't know. I don't call him a bust.
That's why I'm said it's disappointed in what could have been.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. For my 5th and final pick, right?
No, I think you have 4 or 5. And then I have one more.
Okay.
Because it's snake draft.
I see. All right, for my 4th pick, I'm going to pick Quentin from season 1.
God damn it. I
All right.
wanted him.
I think he probably has the title for most claims proven wrong. Actually, he has the title for every claim proven wrong. I think I went through season 1 and I counted every claim he made, and I'm pretty sure every single one was wrong.
Yeah,
and he's a fucking
everyone.
political analyst, and Yeah, just expected more of him. And then for my fifth and final pick, it's kind of tough. Kind of tough, man. Trying to pick somebody from. Oh, you know what? For my fifth and final pick, I'm gonna pick Bob TDQ because I think like even though I didn't really have I didn't have any expectations for him going into the show. After meeting him and seeing his personality and seeing how sharp he was and how dominant his personality was, I definitely thought he was going to go further than he did. But he met an immovable force, and he was an unstoppable. No, he met an immovable object, even though he was an unstoppable force.
Yeah. And in his defense, he also went into it like grieving something. So I think maybe if he were in, a little bit further away from that, I would love to see him back on the show because he had so many great lines.
Yeah.
All right. For my fifth and final pick, I'm going to pick somebody who has a large ego and is not able to adapt their game. West.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he was
low key, yeah.
He was so confident in himself and was like, well, I'm not going to come for anybody who doesn't vote for me, and anybody who does vote for me. Yeah, he crashed and burned. He sunk his own ship, and like it doesn't matter.
Stole the words right out of my mouth.
It doesn't matter how many fucking seasons of the challenge you've won or like how many like things that you've won, like statistically, you cannot adapt your game. You will not go far in other games except for like maybe the challenge, but okay.
Yeah. I was going to put Rob low-key as a bust because, I think he could have won the whole thing, but I didn't have the heart. Boston Rob, I mean.
Yeah. There's just too much suspicion on him that I think even if he made it to the end, eventually they would have been like, nah.
Yeah, I just feel bad because it felt like Bob TDQ declared war on him for no reason, and then he was kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like either let this guy bitch me out, or I have to do something about it.
Stuck between a Rob and a hard place,
no,
or a Bob and a hard place.
All right, who do you think won this draft? It's okay if you think her. You're wrong.
You're not.
All right, what's my game?
Tian's going to be guessing the Traitors player based on the musical.
Oh, boy.
I
hope by the end of this quiz I'm gay.
You're not already? You can't
That
play.
hurt. That hurt. That hurt. That hurt. All right. That hurt.
All right. The first musical is Gypsy. And I know you don't know it, so I'm going to explain it to you.
Okay.
Gypsy is a musical about a mom who stops at nothing to help her kids pursue their dreams.
A single mom who works too hard.
Who, in the end...
has to gel and never stops.
Gentle hands in the heart of a fighter. She's a survivor. And then she has this big musical... She has this big swan song at the end.
Make it real with realtor.com. Sorry.
We're just an ad at this point, and we're not even making money off of it. Give us your money.
I'm bleeping out everything I just said.
And in the end, she has this swan song where she's like, I had a dream. I dreamed it for you, kid. And then she's like, it's gonna be my turn. I'm trying to help you with a lot of imagery. She's a mom who helps her two kids pursue their dreams.
Reba?
It's a Traitors player.
I know. Let me think about it for a second. Rachel?
No, it feels obvious. No. Okay, we have two more guesses. A mom who helps her two children pursue their dreams.
Oh, Donna Kelsey. All right. I got it. I got there.
Okay. Next, Finding Neverland musical.
Is that the one where Peter Pan grows up?
No.
Oh.
Peter Pan never grows up, but it's a musical based on Peter Pan.
No, I'm thinking of Hook. That's what I'm thinking of. Peter Pan grows up. Kyle Cook?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's never going to outlive the fucking Peter Pan allegations.
There's all the men on Bravo. It could have been also Tom Sandoval. It could have been any man from Bravo would have been the answer because all of them have been accused of having Peter Pan syndrome.
True.
That's what Bravo looks for.
Peter Pan syndrome is when you have a tiny penis.
All right. The next one is Fame, the musical. which is just a musical
About being famous?
about the hardships and struggles that come with being famous.
Oh, God. This could apply to a lot of people.
It might apply to somebody who really might struggle with the hardships of being famous or may have struggled in the game. That's your hint.
Rob?
Nope. Think of somebody who's struggled in the game, who maybe the game was too much for.
Deontay Wilder?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to help you a little bit less.
Yeah, help me a little less.
Okay. The next one is The Music Man. It's about a con man who comes to a city. He tries to con them, and then he has this growth where he falls in love with a woman, ultimately stays and makes the place a better place.
Tom Sandoval?
No, and now you have to die for that answer. You have to die.
Okay, let me try again. Tom Sandoval?
That's your second guess.
All
You have
right,
one
let
more.
me try again. Tom Sandoval?
No, it's CT.
Damn it! Damn it! Ah, I thought I had it.
Don't look. Okay. The next musical is No One Mourns the Wicked. Ho, ho, ho.
Wicked?
Yeah, it's Wicked.
Hmm.
The next musical is Wicked.
So it's about a witch facing persecution because of a societal problem, right? Is that?
That's what Wicked is about.
Is this about? I don't want to get racist.
It's
Is
Go ahead, make your guess.
this race related?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's definitely, for a woman who's probably been. It's obviously about a woman.
Wicked.
And I honestly think she's been called worse, so I don't think she'd give a fuck.
Rachel?
Nope.
Kate Chastain?
Yeah, our girl Kate.
Why is she wicked?
Because I feel like she was, in her first season, nobody wanted to believe her, and she was always the one being like, it's so clearly these people.
Oh, and she wasn't nice.
She's the odd one out, and everybody just like hated her for her personality.
Yeah, that's
a lot
fair.
of people don't like her for her personality. I love Kate. She's going to
That's
be on
fair.
House of Villains. Catch her on House of Villains.
That's fair.
That one, don't look at these. Hold on. Yeah. I don't want to do that one yet. I want to end in that one.
Okay.
Okay, the next one is Phantom of the Opera.
Phantom of the Opera. So we're thinking of a ugly ass dude. A dude who's so hideous that he has to cover his face in a mask for fear of the huzz screaming and hollering.
No.
Just like a buck-tooth, disfigured.
Actually, just kidding. I don't want to do that one. The answer was Suri.
Oh, shit.
Okay, the next one is, but I feel like my thought line for that, it was more of a stretch, so I don't want to do it.
Okay.
The next one is A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Wait, what does it go? A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. So we're talking about a charming fella, Boston Rob.
Yeah, that one was good. The final one is going to be a bonus one.
Okay.
The next musical is Cabaret.
Cabaret, Alan Cumming.
Yeah! Ding, 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 ding.
You really go easy on me. I feel like.
Money. What if? Yeah, you got a surprising amount, right?
Yeah, I mean.
But I helped you a lot.
Yeah, step it up next time. Step it up, weak ass fool.
Took you a second to get the Donna Kelsey
Whatever,
one.
candy ass.
Embarrassing.
Candy ass. All right, next up, Adouria is going to be guessing the Traitors player based on the quote.
Spooky. And these are just like general quotes, right? That they've said? Or is it quotes from the show?
No, it's quotes from their entire lives.
Okay.
And, we'll start off with an easy one. I've never met a mature man.
Is it Gabby?
Yes. Nice. Gabby Windy.
Yeah, I love you, Gabby. Gaggy.
All right, next up. Only a genius can play a fool.
Fuck. Kind of hint.
The hint is that no, not true at all.
Is it Michael Rappaport?
Yes.
I was like, is this something that was said on Traitors? I almost feel like he said this on Traitors.
Yeah, you could hear him saying
It's
it.
his MO. Is that his Instagram bio?
I don't know. It should be. It would be fitting. All right, next up we have, I don't have time for a lot of bullshit right now.
Feels like it's probably a housewife. Can I have a hint?
You're right.
Oh, yay. All right. I don't have time for a lot of bullshit right now. Is it Robin?
No.
Is it Phaedra?
No.
Fuck. I'm running out. I don't have time for a lot of bullshit right now. Who is on there? I don't think it's not.
I'll give you a hint. It's this season.
Thank you so much.
I just want you to get it because I know it'll feel good for you.
Is it Dorinda?
No, you fumbled. It's Rinna.
You should have picked one of
She
her.
said this on Beverly Hills.
No, you should have picked one of her more iconic moments. You should have picked one of her more iconic lines.
Well-
Don't ever come for my fucking husband.
Yeah, but that's too obvious.
But
all her iconic quotes are way too obvious.
so fair and true, bestie.
All right, next up we have, you're such a freaking donut.
I feel like I know who this is. It feels like Zach from Big Brother said this, but he was never on Traitors. So
I think he did say this, but someone on Traitors said this also.
you're such a freaking donut.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a hint?
Yeah. I'm trying to. This person has a weird job.
Is it Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels like something weird he would say.
Yeah. He said that on Love Island right after his crash out with Leah.
Did he say it to Leah or to himself?
I think he said it to himself.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I should have started with this one. This one's too easy. This is a gimme. How am I doing? Not well, bitch.
Dorinda! Hi, Dorinda. How are you? Fuck you. I want to see some of that this season, but it behooves her to not be that way.
Yeah. All right. This is going to get hard now. All right?
Ooh.
It's hard now.
Ooh.
They know they can't win this without me, and I'm loving it. This has a lot of hints in one sentence.
It feels like it's definitely a game player. Is it West? No.
No, it's not West.
It feels like he would have the ego to say that.
Good. Yes, you're getting warmer and thematically. I mean, egotistical game players.
Is it Dan Giesling?
Yes.
Fucking silencing all those fucking TikTok haters, man.
I know, dude. They ain't got shit to say to
fuck
you.
up, man.
And then we have a bonus one. Okay, for the final one. It's I had to be grown up when I should have been a little boy, and now that I'm a grown up, my little boyness has exploded out of me. I've lived my life backwards. It's kind of hard.
It is kind of hard because I feel like none of the Bravo men are intelligent enough to communicate their feelings in that way. But I also feel like that is something that they would say to excuse their behavior. Fuck. Is it can I have a hint?
It's a man.
Okay. Yeah, only a man. No, I won't say that. I gotta check my biases. I'll check my biases. Men are good. Men are smart. Men are important. Is it?
I really thought you would get this one pretty quickly.
Is it that Olympic swimmer?
No.
Is it? Fuck. This is so hard. Is it Ari from The Bachelor?
No. Who did you have for your bonus question?
It's Alan Cumming.
Yeah.
Aww.
I thought it'd be kind of obvious after the little boy part because he does kind of act like a little boy.
Yeah, he just like plays dress up in theater.
Yeah. Oh, I've missed this.
Aw, I'm sad I didn't get that. without your help.
It's okay.
But I got a lot of them, and I feel good.
All that matters is that we came and we saw and we had fun.
And we conquered.
And we're really happy to be back, man. And listen, if you're going through a tough time in life, watch Traitors, okay? Forget about your shitty life. Ignore your problems. Don't answer your phone. Your mom, forget about it. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Bye!